We are going to take you through our gearbox today. 75-liter capacity, waterproof, collapsible, stackable to 250 pounds, and an organizer's dream. So let's talk about the lid. This is a 3D molded EVA foam laminated to 900D TPU coated fabric. It's all recycled, of course. So this creates a super tight fitting seal, keeping this really dust and water resistant. And on the underside, we wanted to bring the same organization that's in the rest of the gearbox to the lid. So this is a Velcro compatible surface that allows you to attach our utility pouches. So these are our utility pouches in the small and medium sizes, and our band organizers to keep all the small stuff in place. And also, being Velcro compatible, you can use any third-party Velcro accessory that you'd like. The lid can be latched down and secured with the hardware on the front, but you can also leave the back closed to function as a hinge. So if you don't want to remove the lid all the time, pop it right back into place. Just simplifies your operation of the gearbox. Just because your gear is in a gearbox doesn't make it organized. So we wanted to build this system to make it really easy to build like the perfectly organized setup for whatever your gear looks like. And there's a bunch of different things that went into that. So the first thing on the interior of the gearbox that you'll notice is these accessory rails on all sides of the gearbox. So these are reinforced for strength and durability, and they are Velcro compatible. So this allows us to add dividers. You can attach our utility pouches. They're all MOLLE compatible, so you can attach our system pockets or any third-party MOLLE compatible accessory to really dial in the organization of each of your gearboxes for each activity. So let's talk about dividers. The gearbox ships completely wide open, so you can dial in just the right set of dividers, pockets, pouches, everyday totes for whatever you're trying to organize, whether it's camp kitchen, EDC gearbox, ski gear, you name it. So dividers come in 3 sizes: a large that spans the width of the gearbox, a medium which spans half the length of the gearbox and can also be combined to span the entire length of the gearbox, and 2 small dividers that create smaller compartments across the width of the gearbox. Here's dividers in use in a camp kitchen gearbox. So we're using actually 4 size medium dividers, so 2 joined together to create this area for our camp stove. And the gearbox will actually fit a camp stove up to 21 inches for reference. And then we've also used them to create some smaller compartments for cookware, for lighting, for a jet boil, and for a gear cube with like our coffee kit and utensils and spices and things like that. So the idea behind dividers is like separate all the big stuff, make sure it stays where you want it to stay, and keep the thing organized over your trip. We wanted to make sure that you had the ability to create the perfectly organized space for whatever your gear looked like, for whatever your adventure looked like. So there's total customization here. Dividers can be placed in any configuration across your gearbox. You can add in gear cubes, you can add in system pockets or utility pouches. Example, for a camp kitchen setup, everything's in its place. Another example of our everyday carry kit, everything's in its place, purposely designed for the way that I get outside and the way that my gear looks. This is our everyday tote. And like the rest of the products in the line, we are building this with RF welded construction, TPU laminated fabrics. It's completely waterproof. This is actually the simplest piece in the line. Has a water resistant pocket. It's a YKK AquaGuard zipper, full length. And on this side, we have tabs for adding additional system pockets for extra organization. But these were built to also nest in our gearbox. So 2 of these will fit in the gearbox, and you can use them for anything from kids ski gear to food for your camping trip to your recovery gear for off-roading. Let's talk about labels. So across all of the Kitworks platform products, we've incorporated different Velcro patches to add labeling into your system. So if this is your EDC gearbox, quickly at a glance, be able to locate it in the back of your truck or in your garage. Write on labels for labeling your gear. Labelings like clothing, food, first aid, for keeping everything in place and easily identifiable. So that's the Gearbox. We are building Kitworks for you, our friends and adventure buddies, and we're in this business to help you get outside faster and have your best adventures. So if we can help you set up your system, whether it's a gearbox or gear tote or a duffel, dialed in for whatever your adventures call for, drop us a line, find us on mykitworks.com. We are here to help.